What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you see a Patreon account. You click it, you become a member. All you got to do is try, recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to. Now, with that being said, we are here today with another movie review. Now, this is another independent movie, and it's called Sound of Violence, right? And this is a 2021 film, low-key little indie film. I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and check this out. So the synopsis of the movie is that this girl who is going deaf watches her father kill her mother, and she kills her father in retaliation. And I guess this like sets off something in her sensory system, and it just gives her like this euphoric feeling, and also it somehow triggers her hearing to come back, right? So basically, she's going through life trying to reproduce this euphoric feeling that she had during her childhood. This is like the whole synopsis of the film. Like, it's killing people trying to like regain that feeling, right? The idea on paper sounds cool, but when it's hatched out, it's pretty lackluster. This main actress, hold on, what's her name? Jasmine Savoy Brown. She literally has like the most unbelievable personality ever that I've ever seen in a freaking movie. Oh, and she's gonna be in the 2022 Scream. Tied. Ugh. Anyway, she is like one of the most unbelievable main characters ever. I thought, like I said, I think the idea is cool. The idea is pretty dope, but she's just so fucking unbelievable as a psychopath, as a crazy person. Like, I don't buy it, you know? Also, this movie does have some pretty dope ass kills, and they're pretty creative, but at the same time, they're in the realm of like, what the fuck, right? So, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and just like spoil it. I mean, sorry if you have not seen this, but here are some of the kills. One of the kills, she has this dude, she has this dude tied up to a contraption. And this contraption is attached to her MPC. For those of you who don't know what an MPC is, it's like a drum pad machine. So every time you hit a little pad, a sound effect happens, right? But she has it to the point where not only does it a sound effect, it actually triggers one of these little mechanisms on the machine. And the mechanism has things to stab you, things to beat you, yada, 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 right? So things that inflict pain. So she's hitting it, doop, 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 and you just see, bah, 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 like, you know, like just you're watching it stab him. And she's recording this process in order to make some sort of experimental music, right? And like I said, like you're watching it and you're just like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. Like, you know, like it just becomes so fucking stupid after a while. You're just like, she's really going through hell and high water in order to like get this euphoric feeling again, like some crackhead shit. Like she's just like, oh, I gotta get that, I gotta get it back, you know? So she does this, she freaking booby traps some lady's heart and drugs her. And that honestly, that was like probably like the pretty coolest scene. Like visually, that's like one of the most dopest shit in this movie, where the lady's playing the harp and her fingers are getting all cut up and it's just bleeding and the blood is just dripping down the harp. It feels like you're watching like a Cradle of Filth video, you know? So it's like I thought that was pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of, I forgot which Cradle of Filth song, where the lady's playing violin and she's using the violin thing on her wrist. It's like bleeding and shit. Kind of reminded me of something like that. Uh, then you also have the part where she has like she glues like the electro. That part was pretty sick though, when she glues the electromagnetic device to the guy's forehead, temple, and his wrist, and it shocks him, and he tries to take the one off his wrist, and it takes off all of his skin, and then supposedly it shocks the hell out of him until he basically his head explodes. That was pretty cool, but like again, it's in the realm of unbelievableness. You're really just watching her set up things, people to get murdered, and then she has like this lesbian love interest with this person that she's really close with, and like you're watching it through the whole movie how she's like really attracted to this girl, but the girl is like completely oblivious to this her. You know that, man. Look, it's pretty damn obvious. I don't understand how this lady doesn't know. She just don't want you, player. Like she don't want you, you know. So there's that, and that looks like it adds nothing to the story, like nothing at all. I mean, there's a layer where she's acting like she's, I guess, protecting this person. But at the same time, it's like if you're a killer, like you are, you would fucking kill somebody anyway. You don't need to be like, oh, I'm protecting her. That's the reason I killed this guy. You would have killed him regardless because you're a fucking killer. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't need this bullshit created scenario where you would kill this guy because you're already a killer. You would have did it regardless. Like, why are we lying? Why are we bullshitting here? You know? And then you have the final kill where the chick that was her love interest, she ends up attaching like a fucking subwoofer into her chest and her arms and her legs. And she's walking on the beach in like this freaking like, I guess, trance state, and the subwoofer and everything is playing. And then it's like, you know, eventually it vibrates so much that it starts spewing out blood and then she dies or whatever, right? Which, like I said again, which is stupid. And then you introduce the detective's character, and the fucking detective character is just so boring and dull, and it just seems like it's added there so you won't feel like this person's just gonna keep killing people. This movie, if it was constructed a little bit better, it honestly would have been pretty good. But the fact that it was constructed in this manner makes it almost unwatchable. I watched it one time and I have no plans on watching this shit again. No matter how cool the idea is, they butchered it, they fucked it up, and I'm just not going to revisit it. So here on the Cinema Chop Shop, what we do is we freaking grade movies in 3 different ways, man. We grade them with they get bodied and sent to the bowels of hell, meaning your movie was garbage, or you get spared, you get sent to the gates of heaven, or you get a big fat meh, which means you're mid-grade, mediocre, not good, whatever, mid-level, crisis, whatever. Anyway, so this movie, I'm gonna have to, sorry, but you're gonna have to get bodied, homie.
Get what you fucking deserve! I just caught me a mean body!
Yeah, you heard it, folks. This movie is getting bodied. The one thing that I will say is that artsy horror movies are always going to be hit or miss. They're never going to always be good. And I can definitely see a lot of people running around and raving about this movie, saying how great it is, but don't fall for the hype. This movie literally is a fake, baited, artsy horror movie that offers you little to nothing other than good gore, and that's about it. Because you're not going to get a good lead, you're not going to get a good main character, you're not going to get a good story surrounding the shit. All you're going to get is good kills, and that's it. You're going to be left empty and feeling like you wasted an hour and 30 minutes for nothing. So that's my review. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. I hope you guys are having a magnificent day. Adios, homies.